Hey, what's going on, you all? I have a good video for you all. So, and the video is, if you want to get your outlet from looking like this is a normal outlet to charge your vehicle, to looking a lot better to something like this. This is amazing. I love it. Don't get me wrong, some people are not going to like it. Some people are going to hate it. But to me, this right here looks way better than just the outlet. So if you want to know how I did it, stay tuned. So let's jump right into it. So this is just an outlet that I have. Now, the vehicle that I have is a Tesla. I have a Tesla Model S, right? So anybody that has a Tesla or an electric vehicle, when you buy the car, you either had one of these or had to get one of these installed. In my garage, I had to get one of these outlets installed to charge my vehicle. So I had an electrician, had him come out and install that name a 1450 outlet in my garage. But keep in mind, an electrician's job is only for electricity installation, not cosmetic. So I do want it to look a lot better than what that is, and I'm pretty sure you do as well. Also, I have a video on my page showing you all where I bought those letters from, how much it cost, and stuff like that. But that's in another video. So you all, when I had this outlet installed, I did choose the placement myself when the electrician installed it for me. And like I said, with the board that I got, I chose to get 4 feet in height. Keep in mind, it's on the floor right now, but it is, even with it being on the floor, still tall enough going over the height of the outlet. Also, this is 5.5 inches by 4 feet in height as well. And even with the outlet installed in this, this still is wide enough to make the faceplate of this is not hitting the outlet or the plug when it is installed. So you do want to take your measurements if you are doing this at home. You don't want the new box that you're putting over top of the outlet to be rubbing against the outlet and the charger when it's installed. So once you make sure you got your measurements and everything correct, now it's time to do the painting. So you all, before I start painting, I had to do the top piece. So the top piece, I actually got smaller in width on purpose than the 2 side pieces. Because remember, like I said, the side pieces are actually 5.5 inches. It's going to be poking away from the wall. Now the top piece, I didn't want it to be that wide. I didn't want it to fit snug because I wanted to be able to put my fingers behind it just in case I had to take off the top piece. So the top piece don't match the other 2 feet as everything else. The top piece itself is 30 inches, so I'm going to have to cut off 6 inches to get it down to 24 inches, so that way it's matching the 2 feet. Now I would say for the do-it-yourselfers at home that's doing this, before you start painting the pieces of wood that you're buying, make sure your measurements are on point. And if they're not, because you're not going to always buy everything at the store that's on point, you might have to do some cutting. Do the cutting before you do the painting. Always do that first. So you all, what I'm doing now is, now that I got my 2 feet, now I'm just marking it with a leveler to make sure my line is actually correct. So I know exactly where to cut to make sure it's even. Don't want anything being messed up. And then next comes the cutting part. So I'm not wearing any protective wear because this is little, but always protect yourself. So y'all, now that that piece is cut, now what you want to do is start painting. So I chosen to match the same color scheme that I have on my garage wall, just to show definition and show that it's custom. I thought about doing all black. I thought about doing white with hints of blue, but then I realized, you know, I wanted to match the garage. So the same scheme that I have the blue, gray, and black, I'll do the same thing with the box. So y'all, the paint that I'm gonna be using today is Rust-Oleum's 2X Ultra Cover Paint and Primer. I would always tell everybody Rust-Oleum is a good brand. No, I'm not trying to sponsor them. You can use any kind of black spray paint you want to use. I've just always had good results with these guys. So you all, now what I'm doing is, because I thought about things being perfect, and I want my lines to match up with the black, the grays, and the blue. So I've decided to do 30 inches of black on each side and the face. Now what you want to do is you want to use your tape measure from bottom to top, 30 inches, mark it, and then use your leveler to draw a straight line across. Then use tape on that line so that way you know not to cross that tape line, so that way each level of color is the same. And you want to do that for each and every one of them. That way it just looks perfect. Okay, so you all, like I said, I had marked up both the two sides and the face plate up to 30 inches. So 30 inches is going to be black. And then I had marked 12 inches at the top, which is 1 foot that's going to be blue. And then gray is going to fill in the middle. So that way, blue, a little bit of gray, majority black. So y'all, this video is not super long. I'll just tell you all the process. So I'm going to use black spray paint to do the black. And since I'm using the blue and the gray that's on my garage walls, those are coming directly out of the paint can. So I'm going to have to use paint brushes for those. So if you all are doing this at home, black spray paint, like I said, or brush, whatever you want to do, just like I said, use tape on the lines. Now, you're not going to be able to do all 3 colors at once. But what you can do is 2 colors at once. So once I'm done spraying the black right here, I'm going to start brushing on the blue. And when both of those are dried, I'll remove the tape lines that I'll put right there, and then I'll do the gray in the middle. So y'all, I just got finished doing the black and the blue, top piece, face, double sides. So now I'm getting ready to rip off the tape and then carefully apply the gray in the middle. Okay, so you all, this is the finishing touch. This is what it looks like for now. This is mainly just the finished touch of the paint, but we're not stopping there. So I had ordered these Tesla logos from off of Amazon for about $40. I do not plan on putting red, as that's just too much. I do plan on putting the silver on there though. So I'm gonna check back in with you all after I'm done. So you all, the paint is done and the decal stickers are on it. You all tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you think. That's the face plate. That's the side that everyone's going to see, because it's going to be on that side right there. That side, now I feel like it was completely pointless of painting it, but who knows, I may relocate it one day. So like I said, that's just the inside of it that wasn't painted, but the outside, remember, I did paint that. And of course, that's the blue top right there. So now is the mounting process. So now what I'm going to do is, I only have 1 stud in this area, and that's the crease corner right there. So I'm gonna mount that to the stud right there. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mind one side being mounted to a stud because this is lightweight. I don't see this falling off the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything mounted and then come back and show you the results. So you all, I wanted to go in detail of actually how I mounted it to the wall instead of me just showing you the finisher touch, especially with me explaining earlier that the only stud I was able to find in this area was in the crease. So I went ahead and put in 3 screws in that stick right there and mounted this to the wall, and that's on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill screws that's going to go through this into this, but not come out the other side, so that way I'm not damaging the other side. So I'm going to have, this is basically going to be drilled right there, and screws are going to go in from the little stick to the actual side of the Tesla box. Just basically wanted to show you all that. So you all, it's good, it's sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Neither is that. And like I said, this right here, this is light. So y'all, I hope y'all